Falcons, Bengals, rolling right along here with my Week 2 previews and analysis. Look, both teams come in with a record of 1-0, both winning in impressive fashion versus division rivals. You had Atlanta beating the Saints at home, and then you had, obviously, the Bengals taking care of business on the road in Baltimore. And you take a team like the Falcons, certainly a good win coming off what was a miserable season last year for the Falcons. They get a win, but at a little bit of a cost. They lose rookie left tackle Jake Matthews, who's been well documented. It was a thin unit to begin with. Now they have to depend on Lamar Holmes and Gabe Karimi at the tackle position, something I would not feel that comfortable with if I was the Falcons. We know by now if you give Matt Ryan time to throw, he's going to shred a defense. What worries me about against Cincinnati in particular is the fact that, to me, they're a one-dimensional offense anyway. They have not really the last season plus been able to get anything going on the ground. So to me, to be one-dimensional against a team like the Bengals, whose strength on defense is their defensive line and their front seven, I think puts Matt Ryan in a very vulnerable spot this week on the road in Cincinnati. You look at that Cincinnati offense, they tend to play a lot better at home. Andy Dalton tends to get more of his weapons involved. Can that Falcons defense against Hugh Jackson, who I think is going to try to run the ball even more this week, can that Falcons defensive line be physical enough to stop that running game? Again, like I've been saying all offseason about the Falcons, and in last week's preview, big point of emphasis for them was getting more physical on that defensive line. I think that's really going to be tested this week, and by a Bengals running game that complements a down the field passing game very well. AJ Green obviously always a serious concern, but to be fair, as is Julio Jones and Roddy White on the outside for the Falcons. So I think whatever quarterback is given the most time to throw has an opportunity to take advantage of the opposing team's secondary in a big way. I just think in the end, with an overwhelming front seven against that average at best Falcons offensive line without Jake Matthews is really going to be the difference in this game. I just think being one-dimensional against a team like Cincinnati, who, like I said, if you look back to last year, they played great at home, obviously except for in the playoffs when they lost to the Chargers. But I don't look at the Falcons as having the ability to protect well enough to win this game. If they are, expect Matt Ryan to put up the same kind of numbers he did last week. But to me, that Bengals defensive unit, very consistent. And that Bengals offense at home has been very consistent outside, obviously, like I said, of last year's playoff game. So I like the Bengals in their home opener in this one, -5 against the Falcons. Guys, let me know what you think of this game. Hit me up in the comments. Hit me up on Twitter as well. Be sure to subscribe. Preview every game every week. Always talking NFL. Thanks for listening. Have a good one.